Okay, as Scott said, this is On My Nightstand, and I am Laura Cathcart Robbins. And today we have something really special for you. As many of you know, we held a writing contest, and we had two categories of winner. We had poetry winners and we had essay winners. We're going to read you our essay winner next month, but today we are going to bring you our first, second, and third place winners for the poetry category. Very, very excited about these. I got to tell you just that the contest, we were flooded with submissions like never before. It was so hard to go through all of them. They were all my favorites. But it was a team decision. Really, really grateful for our team to help us go through these and declare these first, second, and third place winners. So the first place winner is a poem called When Addiction Wins the War. It is by a woman named Ariella Warner, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her right now. Ariella is a mom, a creator, and an entrepreneur. When she isn't cleaning up the messes of her children and dogs, she is creating content for her soon-to-be-launched podcast. She is passionate about helping other women feel seen through their own stories and the stories of other women. You can find her on her website at www.singleheart.com. So again, congratulations to Ariella for being our first place winner, and here is her poem, When Addiction Wins the War. When addiction wins the war on the addict, you don't see the person underneath the addict as clearly as before. The child they were before, the son they were before, the brother they were before, or the father they were before. Before my brother was an addict, he was a little babe with blonde, fluffy, feathery hair, big brown eyes, and a sweet smile. Before my brother was an addict, he loved to follow my dad around, tools in hand, ready to hammer a nail or prepared to take something apart, to be just like Dad. Before my brother was an addict, he loved to climb trees, dig in the dirt, chase chickens, loved to eat, and loved his mom bigger than the whole wide city. Before my brother was an addict, he was an annoying little brother who couldn't leave my sisters and I alone when we had company, who had to be wherever we were, who found joy in his role as the annoying little brother. After addiction found my brother, we could still see his face sometimes. The person he was before. The after is hard. This is the part that makes success feel impossible, because it's hard on the family to watch, and it's hard on the addict to hear the concern. It's a war that we could only watch, but not participate in. After addiction finds the addict, addiction makes it hard to hear how much the addict is loved, how there is help if they want it, how much they are needed by their family, how there are ways to fight. Addiction is loud. It's louder than all the love. Addiction will say anything to keep the addict. Instead of hearing love, an addict feels criticized. They feel looked down on. Addiction doesn't look down on an addict. It whispers lovingly. It's right there in the dirt with the addict. It's a comforting friend, arms wrapped around the addict's soul, telling them all the things they want to hear. Addiction lies. Addiction is louder than the love from others. It does not discriminate, judge, or turn away. After addiction, the only person who can defeat it is the addict. Everyone else is useless during this time. To us, it was a battle, but the truth is we could only hold on for the ride, watch it take all of the before moments, leaving scars in its place, and hope that something would be louder than the addiction, and he'd hear us in the end. The end. The end is the worst part. In the end, we didn't get through. In the end, addiction won. Now we grieve all the before, all the what-ifs, and there's sadness. There's guilt. I know we did what we were supposed to do. Even if we question, did we? Could we? Maybe if. The fact is we did, and addiction was louder. I don't think he was alone in the end. I think he was surrounded by family who'd gone ahead. I believe he was gently guided by the hand to a place without pain, without addiction, a place where he could be that little babe with blonde, fluffy, feathery hair, who was fishing with his uncle and grandfather, where the love is loud and the river calm. All right. Again, congratulations to Ariella Warner. That was beautiful. And here is our second place winner. This is Desiree Powell. And I believe this piece is called Challenges, Setbacks, Failures. And I'll tell you a little bit about Desiree. She is a mixed Manhattan Beach, LA native, single mom of 2 teenage sons, 12 and 16, one of whom is special needs. Works full-time as a bartender at a gentleman's club in West LA. Currently holding her breath in anticipation, waiting to find out if accepted to USC or LMU to pursue her bachelor's in the fall of 2022. One of 8 siblings, all of whom live in and around the Pasadena area. Best known for her Wheel of Fortune Dancing with Prince episode, which aired November 12th and 13th, 2021, as well as her infamous Martini Tower trick, aka how to simultaneously pour 3 different martinis, something that I've actually seen her do, and it's quite spectacular. So again, congratulations to Desiree, and here is her poem. Challenges, setbacks, failures. Or are they lessons in perseverance, patience, specifically tailored? They happen to help me move forward and be strong. Life lessons that happen so I can keep keeping on. How did these affect me? Well, I think I just told you. I flipped the script, redefining the meaning, making it so the challenges seem much more appealing, making it so the failures and the setbacks are happening so I can move forward, not retract. Sure, those times were terrible, like the time I was molested, or when I had to be deposed by an ex-boyfriend, arrested, or when he decided to stalk and threaten me, called DPSS saying motherhood ill-suited for me, or the time the father of my children told me he had a whole nother family in Texas. It wasn't a lie, he said to me, just didn't ever confess it. All these things, the setbacks and challenges, well, surely they emit a certain amount of damages to my psyche, my spirit, my soul, make me feel that I am less than whole. And what about when they said your son is autistic, and then later your eldest son said he wants to kill himself? All these things have happened to me, but I say they've happened for me to learn, evolve, develop, come forth like a burgeoning seedling in the ground, buried but not lost, truly found. I am a glass half-full person. Yes, I've been through a lot, but I believe that things will always be better, that not everything is for naught. Because for all those horrible experiences, I've had so many amazing ones you just wouldn't believe, like the time I got to dance with Prince, or the few times I was on TV, or when I got to sit courtside at a Laker game, when I gave birth to my 2 sons, when I fell in love not once but twice, and when I was 12 and made the shot for my basketball team. Yes, indeed, we won. I focus on things I have, not all the things that I don't. I'm grateful for those bad experiences I've had, because without those, would I have an appreciation for when I don't? Don't you savor those sunny days so soon after the rain? Don't you revel in time on vacation when you've been stuck working like a rat in a cage? Don't you appreciate the comforts of a cozy bed and fresh seats from the dryer so warm? Don't you love the company of people when before you were feeling forlorn? I'm grateful for all I have, the good, the bad, and all the things in between, for the experience I've had make me who I am, my reality far better than my dreams. Yeah, I love that poem. Congratulations, Desiree. And here is our third and final poem. It is titled Enough. It is by Zenobia Redeaux. I hope that's how you pronounce your last name, Zenobia. Here's a little bit about her. She says, as a young girl growing up in Berkeley, California, I always knew that I wanted to be a writer, but I did not know in what capacity. As a teenager, I had aspirations of writing poetry in the East Village in New York, but that was short-lived as I knew I needed to eat. During college, I explored various writing majors before receiving my degree in journalism. I wrote for my college magazine, but eventually went into technical communications post-graduation. While my career has been rewarding, I have not written anything personal in over 25 years, despite being an adjunct professor at my local community college, an adjunct English professor at my local community college. Enough, a poem I wrote to illustrate an ode to my English 2 class was an attempt at me dusting off my creative juices. The poem was so well received by my class and colleagues that I am now committed to writing a poem a month and building my poetry and short fiction portfolio. So here is Enough by Zenobia Redeaux. Congratulations on being third place. I picked you up. I took you out of the water. Isn't that enough? I baited your hook. I cast your line. Isn't that enough? I reeled in your bounty. I rowed you back to shore. Isn't that enough? I took you home. I cleaned your catch. Isn't that enough? I prepared your meal. I served it to you with a smile. Isn't that enough? What? You want me to chew it and digest it for you? No. I think I have done enough.